Sri Guru Vani. Sadhaka is the supreme of our Divine Master. Talila Pavistam Vishupara Pramamda Jagcharya Stota Sadha Simad Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj Gita. Now we hear some discourses from the 30 years ago in Vrindavan. So Raga Bhakti, he speaks about Raga Bhakti and Nam, Krishna Nam. Raga means spontaneous. Do Nam Kirtan, and through it you will obtain perfection. And after you obtain this perfection, you will understand whether you belong to Goloka or to Vaikunta, or whether you belong to Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Singha Bhakti. Only then will you know. This is not something which you can achieve by training. These are not topics of which you can give 5-year training courses. It is not a training course. This Raga Bhakti is not training course. What is meaning that even if you chant every day 60 or 100 rounds, you may not attain Raga Bhakti. It is not just by repeating. It depends only upon the blessings of Guru, Vaishnavas, and the Lord. So only by the blessing of pure devotee, means pure devotee, means one who has attained the transcendental plane. Otherwise, how can one teach you about spiritual life if he has not realized, not a member of the transcendental plane? So it is by the blessings of those who have realized. So our progress depends upon the blessings of sadhus, mahatmas, Guru, and Bhagavan. Without their blessings, we cannot march forward. There's no march. If you make a khichdi, rice, dal, vegetables, all mixed together, and spices, we have all together, but no spices. Our khichdi is not complete. You cannot be happy, you cannot taste it. You will not obtain ruchi. What means ruchi? Taste, yeah. You have to go step by step. After ruchi, after taste will come asakti. And after that, bhava. Asakti, what is the meaning? Continuously we will, the taste will be continuously, not when prasadam time, I have taste of Krishna. When the service, somebody says, this is not asakti, this is not ruchi. So we talk of rasa, but we have not obtained the bhava stage. After ruchi will come asakti, and after that bhava, but we have not come to bhava at all. Bhava means it is, our heart becomes soft like what is it called? Cotton, yeah. Very soft, you know. Our heart becomes very sensitive and very soft, and we are entering the transcendental understanding. But we have not come to bhava at all. So we talk of rasa, but we have not obtained the bhava stage. Rasa is different. Many say that bhakti is bhava, feeling. But actually bhakti is rasam. Rasam means relationship. We have to develop a relationship to a transcendental personality who lives in the transcendental plane. So we don't appreciate rasa, because rasa means to have vikaram, variety. The Nirvisheshavadi are saying that the bhakti rasa is nirvikari, is without change. It is the impersonal conception. We enter the material energy, and everything is has no individuality. But the transcendental world, Vaikuntha and Goloka, there must be a relationship. Bhakti means relationship. Otherwise, loving, devotion, or service has no meaning. To whom we do service? Now we are in the state where we do service, but we are not reaching the service, not reaching Krishna. We are not fit. We are not fit. So we can serve the pure devotee. He will offer our service to the Lord, and the result or the benefit will come to the disciple. So if we please sadhu, guru, then this will go to Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, and will go to Radha, Govinda, to Vishnu, wherever we may, on what level we may feel home. So this we have to understand. We are not serving Krishna in our state now. We have to serve, we have to please Guru and Gauranga. He is more merciful than the Lord. We don't appreciate rasa, relation, because rasa means to have vikaram, variety. The Nirvisheshavadi are saying that the bhakti rasa is nirvikara, without change, but this is not the pure conception. Their conception is that there's only nirvikaram, nirvishesham, without variety, impersonal, nirakaram, formless, and nothing more. But they cannot understand this. That Mahaprabhu is dancing and his body is shivering. His color is changing, his throat is choking, his hair is standing on end. All these symptoms, they are considered as nirvikaram. They say that a jnani does not require this. So they think that jnani is more higher level than the ecstatic symptoms Mahaprabhu revealed. They say it is nirvakaram. They say that a jnani does not require this. How can they understand? So they cannot understand that there is relation. When you come in the transcendental plane, you are still a person. You are not dead or become one with everything. There must be relation, otherwise, it's like boring, dreamless, sleep. They say that the jnani does not require this. How can they understand? The first thing is that you have to follow the process of Rupa Goswami. And this is said, Atau Shrada, Tatha Sadhu Sangha, Tabhajana Kriya, Tatona, Nivritti Satyato, Nishtaruchistata, Adasaktistato, Pavyastata, Prema, Pudyanchati, Chatakanam, Ayam Prema, Patur Bhavi, Pavit Kramaha. That's from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Rupa Goswami wrote this. Different steps how to attain this highest level. And what is the first thing? Somebody remembers the first? Shraddha. First we have to develop faith. So our faith is, we have a very limited faith. Maybe it exists or it exists not. Maybe when I am feeling bad or I want to forget him because I want to enjoy, then he exists not. But Shraddha means that has come to a level of understanding, yes, he exists. I cannot see him, I do not know, but I know he is there. Shraddha, and you know the next steps, Shraddha, and it goes to Sadhu Sangha, the next step. We have to associate with real sadhus, not with fake sadhus. Real sadhus means it should be a member who is already a member of the transcendental world. Otherwise we will not attain anything. We will not understand anything. Material world will attract us and we will think this is okay. Krishna has arranged for me that I can enjoy. Then Sadhu Sangha, the bhajana kriya. Then we practice. We practice the process. What is the process? Sadhana. We are going up early in the morning. We are following the rules and regulations. And we are chanting certain amount of mantra, Hare Krishna, or Mahamantra. Then anartha-nivritti is the next. What will happen when we are sincerely practicing this? Even if I don't want, the mind never wants to practice like this. But this sincerity has to come. This comes through Shraddha, through faith. Yes, faith, and I practice. Then anartha-nivritti. All the bad qualities, the desire for enjoying this material world, and become envious of Krishna. Why should he enjoy? I also can enjoy here. Nivritti satyatato nishta. Then the next step will be that we develop Nishta means faith. Or Nishta, we continue. Ruchi comes next. We get taste. We get some sweetness what we cannot experience in this world. Something what cannot be experienced in the world where we are moving here. Rochistata Hada Shaktis. Asakti Stata. Then taste comes. Then the level of power will come. Our heart will soften, and we will get a vision we are not have in this material plane where we are moving, because we are. Our heart becomes soft, and without the heart is not soft, and we cannot communicate with others. It is in the material world, because there's always some friction, always I and my. So bhava is soft in the heart, and prema Yudantati. Prema is the attainment. Then we attain divine love. We will be guided by this love, what cannot be experienced in this material world. What we call love here is just animalistic. It's just based on body and I and my. So we have to wait for that. If you give up the rail lines, how far can you go, even if you run? The train is running on these rail lines. The path has already been laid, and you have to adjust yourself accordingly. So we have to go with the way the rail line is going. If you step out and do your own thing, how long you will take there, how to get there? You may get so many paths open in the material world, and you will not attain the goal. So the path has already been laid, and you have to adjust yourself accordingly. This train, when it remains on the right track, can drag any load, and it will take us to the right destination. There are certain lazy fellows who have no time to practice bhajan or sadhana, but they are happy to take part in these lazy discussions. And it's a very simple philosophy, and we can find out where we are living. But we cheat ourselves, and we think we are Premanandis, we have attained high levels. But we are just discussing, lazy discussions, adjusting everything according to my hridaya. Vidyate hridaya klandis chityande savasamsaya kriyande jasya karamani tashta evat manishwari. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam. The devotee is always engaged in service. He has no time. Once Vallabhacharya came to Mahaprabhu and told him, I have written a commentary on the divine name. My commentary is a very lucid one. It is better than Sridhar's. Sridhar Swami was one great authority in our line. He was living in the 12th century. So his his explanation of Bhagavatam was very much liked by Mahaprabhu. And this Vallabhacharya, he came, I wrote my explanation about the Bhagavatam. You may hear, please. And he went to Mahaprabhu. He said, it is better than this of Srila. Then Mahaprabhu gently avoided him. I have no time, sir. I must finish my number of names, so I have no time to hear your commentary. Gently, he avoided him. He said, I know that Krishna is Nandanandana, the son of Nandamara. There may be hundreds or thousands of commentaries on him. But all I know is that Krishna is Nandanandana. So why should you come and tell me your commentaries? Only lazy fellows like to discuss. It's the speculations, you know. They like to speak hours about what they think, what they explain. But it is not the way how to attain the truth. If you have realized that my Krishna is very simple, he is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and he's crawling on the floor of his court, and he's loved by the mother, and he's loved by his friends like no love can compare with this. There may be hundreds or thousands of commentaries on him, but all I know is that Krishna is Nandanandan. So why should you come and tell me your commentaries? Only lazy fellows like to discuss. All the devotees were afraid to hear from Vallabhacharya because Mahaprabhu had avoided him. So the devotees did also not like to hear from him. So now if Mahaprabhu comes to a conclusion, has given a judgment, who are these rascals to come and say, no, no, he is a scholar, he has done this and that. Like he knows the Shastras very good, he can quote any verses. But he has not understood nothing, he just puts his opinion, what he thinks. So these lazy fellows always like to discuss about their Raga Bhakti. They never do sadhana. The time they used to argue is that sadhana. Is that sadhana? It is not sadhana at all. To develop sadhana bhakti, you have to only hear, not to discuss. Discussion means that there is something you have to accept and something you have to reject. So what portion do we have to accept? What portion do we have to reject? What can be understood? Vidyate hridaya grandis. Chityande sarasamsa. When the ahankara is not there, false ego, then you are free from this sort of discussions. Ragam and dvesham, like and dislike. So we have to be careful when discussion about these high topics is going on. And someone says, but my opinion is like this. Then you better go away. Because they have not understood. They have not realized. They like to discuss. They like to make their own conception. And they think, this is the right and this is the wrong. This is not bhakti. This is jnana. For some things we have attraction and for others we feel disgust. We all have this, but we should go beyond that. Then our doubts will be cleared. We should come in touch with Bhagavan, Krishna. We have to come in contact with Krishna. If anybody comes to you and says, oh, you're not doing bhajan, and you argue with him, you will lose your time. Then the time for food will come, and you have not done any sadhana. Food is decided. Then you have to go to the latrine because you must pass urine. You cannot stop all these activities. But you will stop Krishna bhajan. You will never do Krishna bhajan. You will never leave your food or control your urine. This is how we are lazy people. We enjoy happiness in argument. The mana is enjoying, the mind is enjoying it, and it is called manasa bhayasam, the happiness of the mind. And we think that we have properly utilized our time. But the bhakta will never do that. If you are really craving for the mercy of the Lord, you will never lose even 1 second. Parikshit Maharaj said to Shukadev Goswami, do not stop even 1 second. I do not want to rest even for 1 second. If I lose 1 second, I will never make it up. I will never recover that lost second in my life. In 7 days, it will be 1 second less, 1 minute lost. If a man is very intelligent, when anything threatens to destroy his bhakti, he will be very honest, sincere, clever, not to embrace it or to discuss it. He will not lose his time in useless discussions. His mind has no taste for it. On the contrary, he will sleep. If one does not sleep in this argument, it is because he wants to defeat others. He wants to establish himself. Mahaprabhu says, don't argue. Arguments have no place. Because truth is truth, Guru Maharaj always said. Truth is truth. So people who like to argue will always be separated one from another. The way you do bhajan should not be discussed with others. What is that bhajan? To repeat Naam. Every day you should complete 1 lakh Naam. At least 4. Not legs, 4 rounds. You must make time for this. Then you may discuss whatever, because you will be happy that you have repeated Naam 100,000 times. Now if you are not chanting 1 lakh, when somebody comes to you and talks, you cannot count Naam. The time you lose, 2 or 3 hours, are wasted. How can you make up 3 hours? How can you complete your Naam? You have to complete the Naam 365 days a year. Every day, you don't know when the blessings of the Lord will come to you. So we must repeat Naam, but we are chanting recklessly. My mind is roaming, my tongue is repeating. The beats are going down, but my tongue is not moving so quickly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Finished. This is how they cheat themselves. They are deceivers, they are cheating themselves and they are cheating others. They want to derive happiness by discussing. What do you discuss? You have to discuss only the method of hearing and how to use time properly. In 24 hours we eat, rest, etc. Can we separate 8 hours of our day for Naam? regularly and with the mind attached to it. You should repeat Naam. This is sadhana. We are not at all doing sadhana. We discuss high topics. We do not go to school. Our names are not even in the register, and we want to discuss about things unknown to us. This is the situation. We are lazy. We are not doing bhajan at all. But bhajan is necessary. You say that you are chanting 16 rounds. This is nonsense. You cannot be happy with only 16 rounds. This is nonsense. You cannot have it. If a man has an actual appetite for bhakti, he cannot be satisfied with only 16 rounds. In Dr. Maharaj Natakam, he said, Tundera davini ratim vitanute dandavali lapyaye. Kana gro kam koda. Kana goda kadambani gadayate kana puti pyas priyam. Siddhavangana sangini vijayade savendriyanam kritim. Nojane janita kiyadbir plitakashneti vanatvai. I do not understand how much nectar this is in these two syllables, Krishna. When I repeat Naam, I think, why has Brahma given me only one tongue? One is not sufficient for me to repeat Naam. How can I repeat Naam day and night with only one tongue? I want more tongues. Undavali labdaye kama gaura kadambini kadayade kanapu te vyapspriham. When I hear that Naam, I think 2 ears are not sufficient. I need 100 crores of ears to hear Naam. When he dances on my tongue, he dances in my heart, and all my organs are dancing. So you experience that, and you talk all this nonsense. These rogues who are arguing or establishing such things, have they experienced that? No. How can I approach this process here? What is the procedure? You have to eat, to live. What food do I want? Naam is the food. Are you having Naam? When we really repeat Naam to serve, do service, cultivate bhakti. But by it, we will destroy the ignorance and the four anarthas. Those arising from past sins, those arising from previous pious activities, those arising from offenses, those arising in relationship with bhakti. After the destruction of those, we may have nishtha and ruchi for a particular rasa, then ashakti bhava and prema will develop. This is the common rule for all the devotees in all different rasas. For example, Dharma and Sudama have their particular rasam with Krishna. Those who are attracted by that rasam have to take them as their gurus. Similarly, those who have a tendency towards Vatsalya rasa, parental relationship, have to accept Nanda and Yashoda as their gurus. This is Mathurya Bhava. In this way, the devotees will proceed. So they are when we are advancing in spiritual life, we will be attracted to a certain kind of service or relation to the Lord. And Gurudev spoke this in the very early, around 2000. And then he said, you must know your family, where you want to be. And then we made this two, Asta Saki, Asta Manjari, the 8 main gopis and 8 manjaris. You must know them, and everyone has a different characteristic, a different relation, individual. In the same way as Dham and Sudham, or Raktaka, Patraka. All this is in the service mood, in the friendship mood, in the Shringa or parental mood. So when we feel attracted to a kind of person in the transcendental world and the service, we have to, it will be revealed to us, or we have to, by reading higher books, we can see, we know the characteristic or the service or the relation they develop. We feel we are attracted to one, then we should follow this. He is an eternal associate of the Lord, eternal energy of Him. They never leave Him. So we are going to this way, and we are will become a follower of one of the close associates of the Lord. Basharam, it's called, not Prasham, Basharam. Eternal associate of the Lord. So this is a long lecture. We can continue tomorrow. Is there any question? No.
In the beginning, you said that it's not just a training. You chant the holy name like do some training. So what makes the difference? Just to reach this type of development.
It's just sincerity, humility. I cannot chant the name when I am puffed up or attached to the all kind of animalistic activities in this world. I can never chant sincerely. My chanting will always be just a show or imitation. It must be sincere. It must, the Lord in our heart must be satisfied. And humility and sincerity, these are the most important things. If I'm not, or I'm just imitate this, I'm cheating myself. And I will be cheated also. I cannot cheat Gauranga, Radha, and Krishna, or Guru. It's not possible. So this is necessary. And when we are sincerely, when this really comes from the heart, our chanting is we are doing just to please the Lord, not to with the nose up. I am chanting, everybody sees me, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But the mind is wondering, he's looking at me or she is looking at me. You know what I mean? This is not real chanting. This is not sincere. we're moving in the material plane. Somebody wants to become I don't know, a rich man. He can also chant Hare Krishna, and he will become rich or not. But he will not become devotee. He will not understand. He will not be a liberated person. Liberated person they are not dying, they are not taking birth anymore in this world where we are trying to become the master. If we are connected in this material world to so many things, then we should try to become Krishna conscious and take all of those who are close to us with us. Not the opposite. Otherwise, you will be a member of the material world, and you have to go through birth, disease, old age, death. Young, we have not much experience now of old age, perhaps. Disease also rarely. But this all will come. This nobody can avoid. And that will come for sure. So all these science, what they are teaching in the schools and universities, is useless. It's just a moment. Next generation will be completely different. They cannot understand what this material world is. They are analyzing matter, dead matter, and they try to, but this is useless. It is they may have many arguments, but they cannot save us from dying, from getting old, getting not deceased. Now when you're young, you have plans, you will everybody has this in a young age. When you get older, then it reduces the desire. Today I had no headache. I hope tomorrow. We are old. Radha Govinda is also getting older.
I just spoke a few days ago. I just spoke with my grandmother. She's 93 years old.
93.
So I'll say, even if the body is already, I'll say, so weak, but the desires for the enjoyment is still there.
Yes.
It's amazing, even in such.
Yes, even in the Bhagavatam or in the Puranas, there are stories. And the deathbed, lying man, and the king visited him with his daughter, princess. When the king ended, he was laying in the dying. But when he saw his daughter, he came alive again, He thought, he wants to enjoy. this is natural in this material world. You know, it's like goats, or when they get slaughtered, they stay in a row, you know, one after another, you know, cut their throat. And two goats in the backside, still they become lusty to each other. Even they see that the goat 2 meters away get cut their throat, and they will be the next, doesn't matter. Oi, you don't try to become a goat. I was shocked now. So, anything more to say, then we can close here. Jai Srila Gurudev, Nitya Leela Bhavistam, Shubhara Paramahamsa Vigacharya, Astotar Sata Sishimad, Bhakti Vaibhava, Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Mante Kalpudurubhya, Prasindubhya. Cameraman.